1 spoon.
1 spoon. With chaunces, and you don't really want to see the chaunce, the whole spices throughout the sabji. They shouldn't be prominent. You should have to kind of look for them to find the whole spices, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like just a principle that you should be aware of. So again, you're just watching the methi. Green chilies, bay leaves. One spoon of hing.
What is that?
One and a half spoons.
Any Indian dal you make, hing is mandatory. Default setting.
1 spoon of
Otherwise
turmeric.
you'll never get that.
When you put the turmeric, you want to immediately put the next thing. So in this case, I'm going to put the tomatoes. If I'm not putting tomatoes and this is finished, I'm going to put the turmeric and immediately put it into the dal. Okay? Just get the turmeric wet with the oil and then get the tomatoes in there.
You have to be quick with this because the turmeric burns. You get a very bad taste.
Completely bitter.
Yeah, and
You could always keep like a jug of water and just drop a little bit of water and cut the frying. Because the frying is what burns it. So with that, I'll just throw the carrots in.
That's optional, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, tomatoes are also optional. You know, dal is one of those things. You can put other vegetables in it as well. You put all sorts of things in their dal.
like if you go to South India, the sambar, which is the dal, has all the vegetables inside.
You mean Odisha dalma?
How much really you put?
I put 2 in this whole pot.
See, it's up to you what variations you want to give to your dal.
You can put all sorts of things in dal. I like vegetables in dal personally. It gives it some.
Fried cauliflowers.
Yeah.
Cauliflowers.
Again, like I said in the when we were sitting down out there in the classroom, cooking is one of those things that's specific. Wherever you go, it changes. Like especially in India, every 100 kilometers, you have a different cuisine basically. It's a completely different style of cooking. So it's really just depends on who you learn from and kind of what you like, in a sense.
Yes.
You're meant to be cooking what the deity. You're meant to be cooking for the deities, but our devotional service is always very specific to ourselves, really.
Yeah, like when you're putting the turban, somebody puts the peacock feather on the left, somebody puts it on the right.
You're not making it how you like it, but it's just it's just the natural thing. It's your offering, so it's specific to your mood and your guru's mood. It's the same thing anyway. All right, so I'm just going to drop the peas in here. You could drop the peas in there and boil them in there for a bit. Just put them in here. Make sure you wash the peas before using them. What I'll do, because it's a little bit on the thick side, I'll just boil some water in here and then add it in. I got another cloth. Thank you. The reason I like the high pressure gas regulators is because if you want to boil something, it boils fast.
Yes.
It's boiled.
Consumption of gas is also very high.
Huh?
Consumption of gas is also very high. So
Well, if you keep the fire low, it's not. It's exactly the same, basically.
So that's your.
That's it.
That was your.
Sorry?
I missed
when we will.
Oh, that was just a little bit of water.
this bit. Before.
Just
to dilute it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So the dal, I didn't talk about the dal. Okay, so dal is usually 1 to 5 proportions to dal to water.
1:5.
Yeah, 1 to 5. It depends on many factors. It depends on how fast you boil it. If you have it on a high flame and it's boiling very fast and the water's going to evaporate, then you'll need more water.
Just medium.
So yeah, medium. You don't want to, because once it starts boiling, it gets up to 100 degrees. You can't boil it faster. The only thing you're doing is drying out your preparation. So you just want to keep it at a boil, steady, until the beans break down. You got something like that. It should be a soup. It's supposed to be a soup. So keep it that consistency.
You add the salt.
Yeah, I added the salt while boiling. So you get it up to a boil, 5 to 1, water to Dhal, and then put some salt in there, and just boil it. It usually takes about half hour to boil Dhal to this consistency, and then this is about the consistency that you want Dhal for a Bengali menu.
With the dal, we don't need to roast like rice and all.
You can. I was going to do that today, but I didn't.
Bengalis mostly roasted it fast.
Not everybody, but yeah, it's a common thing that they roast the dal, and mustard oil is actually the best if you roast in mustard.
Did you put the ginger in the chaunce?
Oh, I didn't put ginger. That's okay. I had the dried chili. You can put ginger.
Also, the ginger and dry chili is alternatives, is it? Either
No.
ginger or
No.
both also.
And which one do you put?
Because in Bengal, basically in the dry
You
chili.
want to put the, depends on how the ginger is prepared. If it's grated or a paste, then you want to put it at the end. If you grate it and squeeze the juice out, then you can't put it in the beginning. But basically in a chaunce, any water that gets into the chaunce is going to stop you frying. So you want to get your dry things in there first, and then work towards the wet things, and then the powders, and then the wet things. Okay, let's do the jinga first. Are you ready? Okay, so let's shift over to, let's mix it up. Hear too much of me, it's sickening, probably. I'll just leave it for
I
a
have
bit.
kept salt for everybody around, but if anybody doesn't have salt, they can just pick up one of these.
Do you need
Later.
Да.
Now, basically, I'm going to teach you one mixed sabji, which is standard. Here we have used cauliflower, French beans, carrots, and you could use green peas. But here, since he was using green peas, I switched over to corn. You can add paneer, you can add potatoes. So basically, the principle what I'm going to teach you is how to make a sabji with a lot of ingredients. Okay, you can either have it dry, you can have it semi-wet, you can have it with a lot of liquid gravy inside. So you can play around with the masalas a little bit, the flavor will change. How you fry the ginger, if you fry the ginger dark brown, it will give a very heavy taste to the gravy. If you just add the ginger and fry it slightly lesser, it will give a mild flavor to the gravy. So we're just going to, with the same ingredients, we're going to show you some 3-4 combinations. So you get an idea of basically how we can work on different vegetables. Same principle you can use when you're cooking aubergines, bangun, you're cooking patol, you're cooking some, if you don't get, in your country you get only zucchini and you get broccoli, same principle you can apply. Okay. So the vegetables can differ. You have to know your texture of the vegetables, which are crunchy vegetables, which are soft vegetables, and accordingly you play around with the ingredients. Okay. So what we'll do is first, normally what we do is we prepare the vegetable and gravy in one pot. But what I'm going to show you is first prepare the sauce and prepare the vegetables separately, and then from there we'll start combining to show you what are the different levels we can go to. Okay. Sometimes in your boga you want to prepare a dry sabji, sometimes you want to make a wet sabji, just enough coating of the gravy, sometimes you want to make it very liquidy. So all that can be played around. Huh? So in goes the ghee first, as usual. Yeah. So we're going to just wait for the ghee to get slightly hot.
Where is possible buy like this?
You can lure in the local market, you get it nowadays. Okay, so it's getting very hot very fast. These gases. Okay. In goes the. I'm putting it off the gas because it's quite hot. We're adding the cumin. So immediately, you don't want the cumin to burn. You add little ginger. Just fry the ginger little. Just at this stage, you're just going to add the red chili powder, and you're going to add a little turmeric. You immediately put in a little water. You don't want the red chili to get burnt. Okay. That was how quick you had to be. Okay. The next you put is the cashew paste inside, and you just fry it with the masala a little. Now, if you want your gravy very rich, then more of cashew paste. If you want your gravy semi-rich, then maybe 1 portion of cashew paste and 2 portions of tomatoes. Okay, so that's how you will play around with the sauces. This gravy is already cooked, so you don't need to work too much on it. Okay. In goes the tomato. So this is 2 portions of tomato compared to 1 portion of the cashew paste. Okay.
It's not so rich.
It's not so rich.
Rich means equal proportion.
Rich means equal proportion. And more cost also. And temple president gets after your life. Arey Prabhu, what you're doing? My budget is not falling in place. No, cream is the last thing. I see this is basically a sauce we have prepared ready. Okay, we're adding a little water to it. It's always good to add warm or hot water, never add cold water. It kills the taste. Okay, the only thing left now is salt. So this is your basic gravy is ready. We'll keep it to boil at one side on a slow simmer. Now what we'll do with this sauce, I will show you later. Just hold it for me 1 minute. Keep it on. Can somebody start this? No, leave that now. Okay, so your sauce is cooking here gently. Then boil, it needs a nice boil. You will see that the oil, the ghee will start coming to the sides a little later. So then leave to do. Now we'll come back to the sabzi. So we're adding the ghee slightly, not too much. Now here I'm just going to toss the sabzis and then we'll add the sauces to show you the combinations. The ginger, everything is already gone, so we don't need to add. First we'll just putting the corn, so the corn gets slightly roasted. The vegetable. And like I said, when you're doing bulk cooking, it's better to fry the vegetables directly because of the mass it will cook by itself. Then you don't need to do it. You just roast them so they get slightly brown and you get a little, so they don't taste like boiled vegetables. And normally what you would do is, this procedure you would do, then add the, first add the jeera and the ginger, and then the vegetables and saute them lightly, and then directly cook with the sauces and cook it. But this, just to show you the different stages, I prepared it separately.
Normally put the jeera, ginger, then you put the
Yeah.
Then the sauce is prepared.
No, you all can prepare it together. Okay. I'm just showing you the various combinations you can do. We've added salt there for the sauce. We just need to add a little salt for the vegetables. I'll show you all that. I'm showing you that. So if you're making it in one go, you'll first do this procedure. Before this procedure, you will first put the jeera and the ginger, then the vegetables, and then the sauce. Like you put the cashew paste.
It's also in it.
Yeah.
Directly in it.
Yeah. You'll come to that stage also. So now I'm adding few spices, few little red chili, add spicy you want, cumin, little jeera, cumin, coriander. Okay, you added.
What is the proportion? 1 to 1.
What? 1 Yes.
Chili 1, jeera 1.
That's how spicy you require. How spicy your congregation wants.
As per taste.
As per taste. Okay.
Just give me like coriander and salt.
Yeah. Now see, now if you want this sabzi to be semi-dry, okay, all you'll do is you'll add a little bit of the sauce. Okay.
Anybody taking notes that needs to put forth? Anybody else need to put forth?
So if you've added the capsicums first, I just forgot about that. Anyway, I'm adding it now. Yeah. Just before putting the sauce, you could add the capsicum. Now see, this is one way to do the sabzi. This is a semi-dry sabzi. Okay. So this is how you can serve it. But now I have to make more quantity, so I can keep adding as much gravy, make it more liquidy, semi-liquidy. Very simple. I think anybody has any confusion, please clarify. There should be no confusion.
Along with the capsicum, sauce is added.
No, capsicum has to be added with just before adding the sauce.
Just before I do.
Yeah. I just was talking, so I.
So if you didn't make sauce before, so what will the procedure again if you didn't mix it?
Okay. Now see, now the same sabzi is become with little gravy, but you want more sauce. You're cooking for a bulk of people. You require quite a bit of sauce. What I need to see is how the color looks so fresh. This is what we are aiming at, The sabzi should not look, as it's dull. The brightness has to be there in the sabzi.
Can you prepare the sauce earlier and keep it on the freeze?
Well, for your deities, I don't think you should.
Really?
That's hotel style. Okay. So this is basically ready. Now I want to make it more rich, so I can add some more cream. But the cream you'll always add after closing the gas. Okay, let it stay for 2 minutes. Don't add if you add the cream at this stage when it's boiling, it will leave a lot of ghee. I mean, it'll become very
Split.
It will split. Okay. And the final trick I will show you to this vegetable, which will take the taste to the next level. Okay. So we just take this aside. We'll add the cream shortly. Can you just take this off? I hope it's not too hot. Just take it off. Okay. This is like, what do you say, most of the chefs like to use this, most of the cooks like to use this. This is kasturi methi. This is dried methi. You don't put it directly in there like that. It's better you roast it slightly. Please take the kasturi methi around. Just show how the texture is. No, I want you to hold it and then throw it away after everybody has seen it. Please hold it and feel it. Has everybody seen the kasturi methi? Just let it go around the country.
So that's just dry methi.
Yeah.
Пожитник. Пожитник.
Now you check the aroma of this and check the texture of this. See the difference? The same ingredient. That's same ingredient. When you treat it differently, you see the difference. Very simple thing we did. We didn't use too much of brains. You can see the texture. Okay, now all you need to do is take it in your hand.
Make sure you clap.
So this will give a very, very aromatic flavor to your sabji. Okay. Now I feel like making it more rich. Okay.
This is from a very rich temple.
So we just add a
This
little
is what?
cream.
Cream. Cream.
Yeah,
Fresh cream.
Amul cream. You can use fresh cream, but for deities always use fresh cream. Okay.
Fresh cream is yogurt, no?
No. What you get from your milk. If you have good quality milk,
You take out the milk, you have from the
malai. Okay.
So fresh cream is better than some.
Coconut milk?
Yeah, you can use coconut milk. The flavor will change. Okay. See, like again, if you want to thicken this gravy, you don't want to use cream. You can use coconut powder.
Coconut powder.
Yeah, you can use coconut powder. Just roast it slightly and shove it in the gravy when you're making for 500 people. You don't have to use kaju, cream, nothing. Okay.
taste will be different.
Slightly different, but
Tasty.
economical. Okay, now you see the richness, the gravy is it's taken it to another level. So I hope you've got the principle basically, how you can make the sauce, the gravy, you can make a dry sabzi, a semi-dry sabzi, a very liquidy sabzi, a richer gravy. Principle is the same. Masalas you can play around. And then you can just finish it with little garam masala on top. That's it, just a wee bit. Garam masala, you normally don't cook it too much. Okay?
Garam masala is taste.
Yeah, it's for the aroma and that.
Only with the garam masala, you cannot lose the aroma of the kasturi methi.
No.
It will stay very same.
Kasturi methi is very powerful. Same